Okay, maraming salamat po, Mr. Chairman. And the very reason why we are here right now ay yung sinabi ni Congressman Presley is talagang maibaba yung presyo ng transmission rate. And that's the reason why we've been fighting this for so many years. As a matter of fact, noong 2019 pa, pinaglalaban na po natin itong reset na kung saan ay 2011 ang last recorded na rate reset. And it's been like 13 years. Hanggang ngayon, wala pa po. And that's the reason why we're asking why. Di ba, bakit hindi nagkakaroon ng panibagong set ng rates para sa transmission? And kung mapapababa natin ang lahat ng mga building blocks that the ERC is now evaluating through the RAAC and the NCL, like the return on capital, the CAPEX, the opening RAB, the regulatory asset base, and even the depreciation on the capital, on the return of capital, at even the operating and maintenance expenses, I'm pretty sure, ito pong ating pong hearing na to, magkakaroon ng positibong resulta sa pagbaba ng kuryente ng transmission rate ng ating pong bansa. Now, magsimula po muna tayo dito, Mr. Chairman. Ang tatanungin ko po ay ang NGCP regarding doon po sa inyong IPO na in the last hearing, I mentioned about this IPO. Ano po ba yung legal obligation ng NGCP regarding the public offering na binabanggit ng provision ng ating pong batas? Attorney Malyari, you can answer this.
Your Honor, may I open our franchise law? Just give me 30 seconds.
Sure. It's, simple lang po yan, Attorney Malyari. It's about the franchise law under Section 8.
Meron ba? RA...
Okay, ako na lang mag-mention, Attorney Malyari. So under Section 8, ang mandato po ng ating pong NGCP is to offer sa public yung ating pong share of stock. At ito po ay within 10 years from the commencement of its operation. At kung ating pong pagbabasihan yung commencement ng inyong pong operation, nagsimula po kayo noong January 15, 2009. At yung pong inyong statutory deadline ay natapos noong January 14, 2019. Ngayon po ay January 14, 6 years ago. Doon po natapos yung inyong pong deadline para po sa tinatawag mo nating pagpasok po ninyo sa IPO na siya pong tinakda ng Section 8 under Republic Act 9511. So ngayon, Attorney Malyari, I will be asking you a question. Why is this public offering requirement was imposed by law? Ano po ba yung sinasabi nating purpose behind it? Bakit tayo minamandato ng public offering?
Your Honor, as to the wisdom of the legislation, it will be this honorable representation that may be able to expound that because it is indeed written in our franchise. So, bakit minamandato na
tayo po ay mag-IPO? Kasi kung titingnan mo po, Attorney Malyari, halos lahat ng mga public utilities, minamandato yan na mag-IPO tayo. I-share natin sa public yung ating pong pag-aari ng ating pong entity dahil public utility to. So, the very rationale of our Constitution under Section 2 of Article 4, Article 12 of the 1987 ay magkaroon ng equity yung ating mga mamayan. To be more transparent, magkaroon tayo ng accountability, and at the same time, yung ownership at yung operation, somehow operation, ay mapapunta sa ating mga kababayan. Most especially, ang ating pong transmission is a natural monopoly. Ang ibig sabihin po ay wala po siyang kakumpetensya. And that's the reason why, kung wala siyang kakumpetensya, kailangan siya ng partisipasyon ng ating pong mga kababayan. Now, I will be asking you again, Attorney Malyari, are there entities in the energy sector or elsewhere na masabi natin that the public offering is also being provided? Meron po ba kayong alam that yung mga public utilities are sharing their ownership to the public?
Your Honor, top of my head, I apologize. I am not aware
Sige,
of other public utilities.
okay,
top of my
sa
head.
ERC, meron po ba tayo alam na mga public utilities? ERC Commissioner, Chairman Dimalanta?
Yes, Mr. Chair. In fact, the EPIRA requires, under its current form, EPIRA requires generation companies, distribution utilities, as well as for individual franchises, like for telecoms, for example, they have public listing requirement.
Correct. Under Republic Act 79-25, yung ating pong mga public telecommunications mandates na to offer at least 30% sa IPO. At ito pong ating Maynilad, nung ating pong inaprubahan ng kanilang renewal ng kanilang concession agreement, pumasok din po yung kanilang IPO. And even the Manila Water, ito po yung sinasabi ko in the last hearing, yung pong kanilang mga empleyado, no? Sayang, wala si Atty. Cynthia, pero during that time, sa hearing, sinabi ko na ang Maynilad, ito pala yun, yung ESOP, Employee Stock Option Plan, na kung saan binigyan nila ng share ang kanilang mga empleyado, which dapat yun po ang ginawang una ng NGCP kung talagang mahal nila ang kanilang mga employees. Now, tama si Chairman Mona that under the EPIRA law, yung ating pong Republic Act 9136, 15% doon sa ating mga distribution utilities. And isa pang batas na nagsasabi dito ay Republic Act number 8479. Ito po yung Downstream Oil Industry Deregulation Act of 1998 na inaalaw na mapapunta sa public yung 10% of their common stock. Now, ang tanong ko sa iyo, Attorney Malyari, did NGCP meet the legal requirement for an IPO within 10 years from the grant of its franchise?
Your Honor, I would like to read now that I was able to open the Section 8 of NGCP franchise RA 9511. Dispersal of ownership, Mr. Chair, two ways, Mr. Chair. One is to make a public offering of the shares representing at least 20% of the outstanding capital stock or higher percentage that may hereafter be provided by law. And there's another, Mr. Chair, provided that the listing in the PSE of any company which directly or indirectly owns or controls at least 30% of the outstanding shares of stock of the grantee shall be considered full compliance.
Alright. So, tatanungin lang kita, Attorney Malyari. Simple lang yung tanong ko. Did NGCP meet the legal requirement for an IPO within the 10 years period that was mentioned in Section 8, Republic Act 9511? Yes or no?
Your Honor, our legal position is yes.
Yes, your
pursuant to
legal
the-
position is yes. Correct. Now, nung November 13, 2018, para maintindihan po ng ating mga kasamahan at mga nanonood sa atin, para at least maging klaro po. Kasi dito ako ipaglalaban ko that you have violated Section 8, Republic Act 9511. But in your contention, in your statement a while ago, you have mentioned that in May 26, 2022, the order of the ERC was that NGCP was compliant with Section 8. But that was in contrast with the decision of the ERC on March 10, 2021, when they rejected your motion for reconsideration when you filed a petition on November 13, 2018. Now, ang tanong ko sa iyo, Attorney Malyari, ano ang final nyo nung November 13, 2018 sa ERC with regards to this listing of share of stock of the NGCP?
Mr. Chair, I am not the counsel that personally
Who is the proper
handled-
person to answer my query?
Mr. Chair, can you just give me one minute, Mr. Chair?
Okay, para padadaliin ko na to. Alam ko naman sagot sa mga tanong ko. I just wanted to find out if you know my questions. Now, November 13, 2018, barely 2 months prior to the statutory deadline that was set by the franchise law that was given to NGCP, nag-file kayo ng petition for the approval of the extension of the period for listing of the shares of stock of the NGCP. Under this petition, ang inyong prayer ay ma-extend po yung period ng listing ng inyong pong shares of stock. Are you familiar with this?
Now that you're mentioning, Mr. Chair, I'm taking your word as is, Mr.
All right.
Chair.
Now, tanong ko sa commission, ERC. Wala pa si Mona Lisa dito. Siguro ang tatanungin ko dito ay si Ma'am Commissioner Maceda. Ma'am, thank you for being here. Ano po naging aksyon ng komisyon on this petition for extension of the listing of shares of stock of NGCP?
If it's the November 2018 motion to extend actually, there was a prayer actually to extend the period for listing of shares of stock of NGCP. The decision of the Commission was adopted March 3, 2020, as you mentioned, Your Honor, and the decision was to deny such motion to extend the period to comply with the public listing requirement.
So, ang kanilang prayer prior to the deadline noong listing ng share of stocks ng NGCP in accordance with Section 8 ay dininay noong March 3, 2020. Am I correct?
I confirm that, Your Honor.
And what are the other directive of the NGCP or of the ERC to the NGCP regarding doon po sa process ng public listing?
Yes, sir. If I may just read the pertinent portion of the order, Your Honor.
Yes, please, go ahead.
This is the order dated 3 March 2020 on the public offering requirement. Wherefore, the foregoing premises considered, the petition filed by the National Grid Corporation of the Philippines, seeking the Commission's approval of its proposed extension of period to list its shares of stock in compliance with RA 9511, is hereby denied and is directed to comply with the following. Number 1, NGCP is directed to commence immediately the process of public listing pursuant to RA 9511 and to fully comply with the same within 6 months from receipt of the decision. Second, NGCP is hereby directed to submit a compliance report showing its compliance with its public listing obligation within 30 days from the said compliance. So ordered.
So in other
Dated 3
words,
March.
Madam Maceda, there was a directive from the Commission for NGCP to immediately comply with the process of publicly listing.
I confirm that, Your Honor.
Sila po ba ay nag-submit ng compliance report na binabanggit nyo sa order ninyo? Within 30 days, sinabi po dito, to submit a compliance report.
From my recollection, Your Honor, they submitted a motion for reconsideration, and it was filed within the time frame as provided under our rules.
All right. That I understand. Okay. We will go on that, Madam Maceda. Punta mo muna tayo bago tayo pumunta sa motion for reconsideration. Doon sa petition nila no November 13, 2018, was there any representation from NGCP that it will be pursuing a share swap transaction as a form of compliance with the public listing requirement under Section 8 of Republic Act 9511. Was there any mention of the share swap? Noong November 2018, 2 months prior to the statutory deadline of January 14, 2019.
There was no mention of that, Your Honor.
No mention. Okay. In March 3, 2020,
Your Honor, if I may, Your Honor.
Yes, go ahead.
Just to add, in our deliberations, there was no mention at all of a share swap agreement, but
Ma'am, can you speak louder, please? And Ma'am Mona Lisa, can you kindly turn off your mic, please?
from our discussions, Your Honor, the share swap transaction was never discussed during the deliberations of the commission. But I've been perusing through the order that was issued, and I note here that from the evidences submitted actually by the applicant, there was an indication that they had abandoned the share swap, no?
I was about to go there. Excuse me, madam. Because I have read all the documents that I gotten in the website of the ERC, and even the partial initial determination and also the draft of final determination. I got all these copies. And it's here with me. And I've read about it. Ma'am, ang tanong ko po, hindi ko alam kung nandun kayo sa hearing. During nung dinidiscuss po itong news report na sinasabi mo, entitled, noong November 17, 2010, by ABS-CBN News, entitled, C. Junior Cojuto may raise funds for NGCP via backdoor listing, was among the exhibits submitted by NGCP, and the stated purpose of its submission based on the decision was to prove that the attempt at backdoor listing was abandoned in 2016. So ito po yung minimension nyo, no? That they have the intention to abandon the share swap because there was a due adverse decision from the BIR regarding the tax-free status of the transaction. And as a matter of fact, doon sa Annex G, no, na nakuha ko rin po doon sa inyo pong documents coming sa website, news report posted on the website of the DOE on March 1, 2016, entitled C. Cojuto Cancel Share Swap Deal for Synergy Grid, also submitted to ng NGCP. May I know? Siguro sa NGCP. May I know, NGCP, what this adverse ruling of the BIR is all about? Kasi inabandon po niyo yung share swap noong 2020 Anong, yes.
May I know the year, Your Honor? 2016?
The NGCP attempt the backdoor listing noong 2016. Pero inabandon po nila at pagkatapos po, kinancel na po nila yung share swap. Pero dito po, nakikita po natin na ibinalik natin yung share swap. You abandon the share swapping methodology because here sa submission nyo po sa ERC, you have mentioned the adverse ruling of the BIR. So, ang tinatanong ko po, ano po yung adverse ruling ng BIR about doon po sa tax-free status of this transaction?
Your Honor, I have no information insofar as that one, but given we will provide, Your Honor, we'll look in our files, Your Honor.
Attorney, are you the proper person to be representing NGCP? Kasi kanina ko pa napapansin, lahat paiwas yung tanong sagot nyo
Your Honor, hindi po sa umiiwas
Because
na
this
po.
is one of the alleged violation that was committed by NGCP. Section 8 of Republic Act 9511, we discussed that in the last hearing. And this issue, we tackled in the last hearing. Mabigat po itong allegation sa inyo. And this may cause your revocation of the franchise of NGCP. Don't you know that?
Your Honor, I am very much aware of the gravity of what we're...
So bakit hindi po kayo nagsama ng mga taong may alam sa sitwasyon ng mga bagay na tinatanong po ng mga members of this committee. Anyway, I hope that next time na po, sana po, mapadala po yung mga tamang tao.